Oh, yeah. The legendary. The Fyr'alath, the Dreamrender, has been officially buffed in a major way. Especially if you're doing Mythic Plus. Here's the thing. If you can do anything about this weapon, you know it applies dots and you click a button and those dots start popping, and that's a big part of the damage that this weapon does. One thing about it, those dots were limited to 5. So when it came to AoE, this thing really was lacking. I mean, already you had only a 3 to 6% damage buff increase to people's damage in general. And then Blizzard turned around and said, okay, we're sorry about that. Now we're going to make sure that haste and crit apply to the weapon, because it wasn't before. Now Blizzard have gone back again and said, we understand that AoE with this weapon currently sucks. So we're going to fix that again. Here it is. The legendary Dreamrender now is capped at 50 stacks of the Rage of Fyr'alath. That's right, it was 5, now 50. So now when you get into an AoE situation and your Mythic Plus runs, you can go full God mode, apply that dot to the entirety of that mob around you, and explode the shit out of them. Yeah. So this legendary is slowly getting buffed, slowly getting better and better. Honestly, it came out like a freaking wet blanket. The thing was super expensive, the quest was crazy long, and it wasn't really worth the damage output. 3 to 6% for a legendary? Come on. Well, looks like Blizzard's turned it around a little bit. They've been working on buffing this thing, and hopefully this really helps in terms of Mythic Plus, because originally the way it was set up, it just wasn't really doing anything. Yep, we are continuing Heroic today, and today I will get this legendary. Live on stream. It's going to happen. I feel it. Talking about DPS, let's move on. So, week 7. Let's see what the charts look like here as we talk about DPS rankings and where everyone currently stands. Here we go. Overall damage. We have been in the age of the rogue for quite a while now, and Sub-Titty Rogue still remains king. Sitting there at the top of overall damage. Demonology Warlock coming up quick behind. I mean, it's pretty close at this point. They are neck and neck. They might unseat Sub-Titty Rogue very soon. Marksmanship Hunter doing great as well. Destro Warlock. I mean, Warlock's just in a great spot right now. And look at this. Elemental Shaman is shooting up the charts, man. Elemental Shaman's been doing great. Oh my god. Yeah. All the Legos classes down at the bottom. Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that. This is overall damage. So that new buff, by the way, the new buff to the legendary that we just talked about for overall damage, it would help a lot in terms of this. So we should see these guys start to go up if you apply the legendary. We got Arcane Mage as the first mage spec, Outlaw Rogue, Ass Rogue, Fire Mage mixed in here, Havoc Demon Hunter, and then at the bottom we got Unholy, DK, Frost DK, Shadow Priest, Ret Pally. Again, I don't understand what's going on here. Because yesterday, once again, 2 of the top DPSers were Ret Pallies. So there's something going on with Retribution Paladin, and they didn't have the legendary, that wasn't it. But they sit here at the bottom of the charts, and yet I see them near the top in every raid we do. Let's see single target, Sub-Titty, and Ass, man. Just flying. I mean, if you don't have rogues in your raid at this point, you're doing it wrong. Because that's Rhythmic Mating, Sam. I know this is Mythic, and this is like everything maxed out and perfect rotations and all that. But still, I wouldn't expect to see somebody who's near the bottom always near the top. And yet, that seems to happen every time we raid here. We're seeing Retribution Paladins at the top. But anyways, we got our 2 rogue specs here, Destro Warlock, 2 mage specs, you know, no surprise here. We basically got the DPS classes at the top, Rogue, Warlock, Mage. Balanced Druid, again, Enhancement Shaman doing great right now. Beast Mastery Hunter, Feral Druid, Affliction Warlock, Elemental Shamans are... There was a time, not too long ago, where Shamans were left at the bottom of the barrel. Look where they are now. Near the top. I'm happy for them. Unholy DK making a little bit of a comeback here. Havoc Demon Hunter, Outlaw Rogue. And it just kind of fills in there again. Retribution Paladin. Arms and Fury Warrior. Wow. Warriors aren't in the best spot right now. But there they are. Let's see who the big movers are. Yeah. Check in Heroic, not Mythic. Can I change these? I mean, I guess I could. Hey, let's see. Oh, this is a screenshot, isn't it? Let's see. Let's see if I switched it over to Heroic, if it actually changed anything for Retribution Paladin. Man, Jesus, guys, still, what the hell? You guys are all bitching at me. It doesn't make that big of a difference. I mean, Retribution Paladin's still near the bottom here. Guys are all like, "Oh, Sam, what are you talking about? That's for Mythic." Okay, well, still, for somebody to go from here to the top of the chart on our DPS charts when we're rating, that's still pretty impressive. I have to say, that's pushing against the stats. I've always said it. I don't switch. I play DK all the time. Non-stop, whether it's good or bad. I make it good. That's what I tell people to do. Don't pay attention to these charts too much. You play what you want to play, and you can make it good. Okay, let's look at the movers up and down here. Here's the thing. Elemental Shaman has moved up 12 spots since the week prior to this chart forming. That is insanity. 12 spots moved up. I don't know what buff came in their way, but something huge happened to them. Elemental Shaman's in a great spot right now. They're the biggest mover up. The biggest mover down right now looks to be Outlaw Rogues, 6 spots down, but they were near the top, so you can't feel too bad for them. But that is it. That's the DPS charts. And we looked at Heroic, we looked at Mythic. It's all the same shit. Everything looks good for Rogues.